Okay, now see this question. Two cars A and B traveling in same direction with velocities v1 and v2. When the car A is at a distance d behind the car B, the driver of the car A applies the brake, producing a uniform retardation. What is the condition for no collision? So let's draw the diagram first. This is the car A, this is the car B. Okay, the car A has velocity v1, the car B has velocity v2, and the distance between them is small d. Okay, now the question says that the car A is applying brakes, so it is retarding. So let's say now, since it is retarding with value A, so the acceleration of the car is A backwards. Okay, now just to avoid collision, let's say after some time the car B travels a distance x. So in the same time the car A will travel the distance d plus x. Okay, so when the car B reaches this point, the car A also reaches the same point, and they are just avoiding collision. That means at this moment what is happening? At this moment what is happening, that is very important to understand. Okay, that is very important to understand what is happening. We are solving this with respect to ground. Okay, so the car B has velocity v2 only, but the car A will avoid collision with car B if when it reaches the car B, when it reaches this point, this one also has velocity v2. So that just after this moment of almost coming to the condition for collision, the car B2 will keep on moving while the car A will decelerate further and its velocity will decrease from v2. So the car A will not be able to reach the car B. Okay, when the car B is at this position and the car A reaches this position and they are just avoiding collision, so that will happen when both of them have same velocity, because after this after this the car A will slow down, its velocity will be less than v2, so it will not be able to catch the car B. Okay, so this is your method 1 of solving the question. We are solving with respect to ground. Okay, so you could write the equations. How would you write the equation? That for the car A, final velocity minus initial velocity, that is v2 square minus v1 square, all right, divided by 2a. v2 square minus v1 square divided by 2a minus 2a is equal to d plus x. Correct. V square minus u square equal to 2as, and acceleration of car A is negative, so minus a over here. Right. Similarly, for the car B, distance x traveled is equal to v2 into t, where what is the time? T is the time taken for the car A to change its velocity from v1 to v2. So I can write this down as d plus x is what? v2 into v1 minus v2 by a. Okay, so now we just need to rearrange this equation. So on the left, if I take the minus sign in numerator, I'll get v1 square minus v2 square by 2a minus v2 into v1 minus v2 by a is equal to d. Okay, in fact this should be less than equal to d plus x. This should be less than equal to d plus x. Okay, why less than equal to d plus x? Because the distance traveled by the car A should be either equal to d plus x or less than that. Only then will it avoid collision with the car B. So when you rearrange this equation, you will take v1 minus v2 common. Okay, v1 minus v2, sorry, v1 plus v2 minus 2v2 divided by 2a less than equal to d. So from here I will get v1 minus v2 whole square by 2a should be less than equal to d. This is the method 1 of finding the answer. Now let's look at the method 2. This is based on relative motion. So relative to B. That is, we bring the car B at rest. Okay. And with respect to car B, we are observing car A. We are observing car A from car B. So when we are observing from car B, the car B will remain at rest. When you are sitting inside the car does not move with respect to you. You move with the car. With respect to you, the car remains at rest. So velocity of A will be v1 minus v2, and the distance over here is d. And the A car A has acceleration A still backwards, as seen by the car B. So when car A comes to rest, when A comes to rest with respect to B, its velocity is 0. So I can write down v1 minus v2 whole square is equal to 2a displacement of A with respect to B. Okay. So this displacement should be less than equal to d. So I can say that v1 minus v2 whole square by 2a should be less than equal to d. So see, again we got the same relation as we got earlier, but this is much easier to understand, very fast to solve. Okay.